Hi students, in the previous lecture I taught you about the construction and working of human eye and the function of iris and pupil. Now we know image has always to be formed on retina. And why is that so? That is because retina is the screen for our eye. Normally when we learnt about the image formation in lenses, we saw that we always had a lens, we had an object and we had a screen and the image is formed on the screen. That is how the normal scenario works with a convex lens. Now for an eye, we have an eye lens and retina which acts as a screen where the image formation takes place. Now we have to ensure that every time the image is formed on the retina. Now since we have a convex lens, what happens? The image formed on the screen, that is retina, is an inverted image. We know that in most of the cases, convex lens forms a real inverted image. Now, if real inverted image is formed, then how do we see things as erect? That is because our brain interprets the inverted image as an erect image. So the entire process of seeing an object not only depend on eyes but also on our brain. So brain plays a very important role when we see things. So every time we need to ensure, doesn't matter wherever the object is, but the image is always has to be formed on the retina. Now the object can be anywhere. Object can be far, object can be near. So how do we ensure that image is always formed on retina? So let's have a look on that. So for that, what do we change the can we change the focal length of the eye lens? Yes, because we cannot change the object distance. For example, if I want to see a tree and tree is far away from me, I cannot bring that tree near me and then see it. We can't do that. So object distance is not under our control. Image distance, that's also not under our control because retina is at the fixed place and the image has to be formed on retina. So what is under our control? Lens, eye lens. Now if somehow we can change the focal length of the lens, in that case the position where the image is formed can also be altered. So if the object is far away or very close, depending on the position of object, we can alter the focal length of the eye lens so that image is always formed on the retina. So that is the concept that is used inside our eye. So let's try to understand in more detail. See, when you look at a distant objects, when an object is placed at infinity, the light rays coming from a distant object, coming from the object at infinity, are parallel to one another when they reach the eye. Actually, the rays of light given out by a distant object are diverging in the beginning. But after traveling a large distance, these rays become parallel when they reach the eye. Now we need a lens to converge these parallel rays. We need a convex lens of low converging power to converge the parallel rays and form an image on the retina of the eye. Now the convex lens of low converging power, because converging power is reciprocal of focal length. So if we are having a lens of low converging power, it's a lens of large focal length. It means our lens is quite thin. So what happens when the eye is looking at a distant object, this object at infinity? Ciliary muscles of the eye are fully relaxed, and the relaxed ciliary muscles of the eye pull the suspensory ligaments attached to the eye lens tightly. And these suspensory ligaments in turn pull the eye lens, due to which eye lens gets stretched and becomes less convex, becomes thin. And this thin eye lens now has large focal length, but its converging power is small. And the small converging power of thin eye lens is sufficient enough to converge the parallel rays coming from a distant object to form an image exactly on the retina. So when the eye is looking at distant objects, the eye is said to be unaccommodated because it is in the relaxed state of the eye. Now look at the other case. When the rays of light are coming from a nearby object, so this is our object, here is our object. So rays of light are coming from a nearby object. These rays of light are diverging, are spreading out when they reach the eye. Now the diverging rays coming from a nearby object need a convex lens of high converging power because we need to converge the diverging rays. So we need a lens of high converging power to focus rays to form the image on the retina. So the convex lens of high converging power is the one having short focal length. So lens is quite thick because when our lens is thin, it's not enough powerful to converge the diverging rays coming from nearby object. So to look the nearby object, the lens has to change its shape and become thick, become more convex to increase converging power. So what happens? When the same eye has to look at nearby objects, the ciliary muscles contract, and the contracted ciliary muscles make the suspensory ligaments loose, and when the ligaments became loose, they will not this will stop pulling the lens. They will not pull the lens, and the eye lens bulges more, becomes more convex, and becomes thick. Now the thick eye lens has small focal length, less focal length, but its converging power is large. Since the converging power of the eye lens increases now, so this thick eye lens can converge these diverging rays, light rays coming from nearby object and focuses them form an image exactly on the retina. So when the eye lens becomes more convex to focus nearby objects, the eye is said to be accommodated. Here the eye is said to be unaccommodated because it's in the relaxed state. When the eye lens bulges more, convex, becomes more convex, it's said to be accommodated. So this ability of an eye to focus distant objects as well as nearby objects on the retina by changing the focal length or converging power of its lens is called accommodation. This ability, this power of an eye is called accommodation, power of accommodation. So so it's clear that there's some far point, there's some near point at which an eye can see clearly. So the farthest point from the eye at which an object can be seen clearly is known as the far point of an eye. And the far point of a normal human eye is infinity. This means that the far point of human eye is at a very large distance and human eye can see up to very large distance. Now the nearest point up to which the eye can see an object clearly without strain, without any strain, is called the near point of the eye. And the near point of a normal human eye is at a distance of 25 centimeter. And why 25 centimeter? It's because when an object is placed at a distance of less than 25 centimeter, eye is not able to bulge more, become more thin because already its power of accommodation has exhausted. So eye will not become more thick, will not become more convex to converge the diverging rays which are coming from an object placed at a distance of less than 25 centimeter. So the maximum accommodation of a normal eye is reached when the object is placed at a distance of 25 centimeter. After this, ciliary muscles cannot make eye lens more thick. So the object placed at a distance of less than 25 centimeter cannot be seen clearly by a normal eye because all the power of accommodation has lost, has been exhausted. So normal eye has a power of accommodation which enables objects as far as infinity and as close as 25 centimeter and can be focused on the retina. Now there's another name for this near point, that is least distance of distinct vision. It means the minimum distance at which an object must be placed so that a normal eye may see it clearly without any strain. It's called a least distance of distinct vision and it's again 25 centimeter. It means if you have to read a book clearly and comfortably without putting a strain on the eyes, it must be held at a distance of 25 centimeters from our eyes. If we try to read a book by holding it very close to our eyes, we will feel a lot of strain on the eyes and the image of printed paper will also look blurred. So, from this discussion, we can conclude that the range of vision of a normal human eye is from infinity to 25 centimeter. It means normal human eye can see the objects clearly when the objects are lying between infinity to about 25 centimeter. That was all about accommodation and the range of vision. In the next lecture, we will discuss about defects of vision. This is all. Thank you.